Hi, I'm Weston. I love talking about the Rangers, and I'm here to talk about Game 67 of the regular season where the Rangers win 3-2 over the Pittsburg Penguins. A game that for a while seemed like it was just going to be a nice, easy victory, and then, once again, late in the third period, the Rangers said, no. So let's breeze through the goals real quick, because there was only 5 of them. The first one, alright. Let's see here. Kiddos, what's the problem here? That's right. Teddy Bluger and Brian Boyle make for really terrible windows. Massive screen on Igor Shesterkin. Cannot see a thing. Brian Boyle tips it home, and it's 1-0 Penguins. And the question that I have is, where are the defensemen? That's not a defenseman. That's Tyler Mott. Fox is over here guarding no one, and Ryan Lindgren is off the screen, but over in that direction, behind Fox, also kind of guarding no one. I get that the first pair is amazing. I know they are because I've seen them be amazing. They were amazing last year, and they were amazing for a very long stretch to start this year. But boy, oh boy, the first pair, just as of late, has been horrifyingly not good. And after the first period, I don't think the Rangers played poorly. I think the Penguins got a kind of lucky goal because the Rangers defense just wet the bed there. And overall, we didn't give up a lot of shots. We looked solid offensively. It was an okay first period. But in the second period, we would tie it and then take a lead. So the puck is in the defensive zone for the Penguins. They're trying to get it out. They just can't. Trouba's fighting for it along the boards. He passes it around them. It's held by the Penguins for a split second. They try to pass it to begin a clearing attempt. But Chris Kreider just gets a stick on it to deflect it up into the air, and then it falls, and Mika, this was a beautiful play by Mika Zibanejad. The second it makes contact with the ice, he is passing it, and it is a behind-the-back pass. Relatively, not blind, but just on trust of where Frank Vatrano is going to be, and how's that for chemistry after only a handful of games together, huh? Like I said, Zibanejad to Frank Vanatra right in front, and he scores to tie it at 1 apiece. What a steal that looks like after a few games, huh? Friendly reminder, the Stanley Cup competing Florida Panthers gave us Frank Vatrano for a 4th-round pick. 5 goals in 7 games for Frank Vatrano, and if you're Chris Drury, you kind of just laugh to the bank with that trade. After that, late in the second period, Rangers take a rush into the offensive zone. Panarin has it, and just a perfect centering pass to Brendan Schneider, who with a cannon blasts one on net to score to make it a 2-1 Rangers lead. That was a gorgeous shot, release, everything by Brendan Schneider for a second of the year. But man, oh man, the pass by Panarin was just a thing of beauty. So to end the second period, the Rangers, Penguins, a little bit of scrum nasty going on to end the period. And the Rangers start the third on a power play. On said power play, Panarin has it in the offensive zone, passes it to Adam Fox. He walks it along the blue line, shot on net. He misses it, but it bounces perfectly off the boards back to Christopher James Kreider, who scores! He's hitting 50, and you can't stop him! Another one on the power play, and the Rangers take a 3-1 lead. Now, about halfway through the third period, there's a bad tripping call on Andrew Kopp. I don't think that should have been called. But regardless, Penguins on a power play. Crosby scores a power play goal. A gorgeous shot. I mean, man, that was a beautiful blast. Here's my thing, though. If you look directly in front of Igor Shesterkin, what is this? Oh, look, it's a screen. I don't know who told Adam Fox that the best way to combat a screen is with the screen, but they were wrong. Perhaps move them like furniture. Then you kind of start to panic because there's still a lot of time left. Maybe they can come back. And then it really felt like it was just destined for a Pittsburgh comeback because 2.5 minutes, they pull the goaltender, and the Rangers get like a dozen chances on an empty net, and they cannot score to save their lives. And you're like, this is going to end with them coming back and winning in overtime, and I'm going to hate life a little bit. But no, we just let time tick away. Shesterkin in that last 2 minutes was an animal with some gorgeous saves, including the left to right save to rob a goal. I mean, boy oh boy, that was just, in hindsight, entertaining. In the time, it was horrifying. I always find flurries of saves like that hilarious because, you know, looking back, like from the future looking back, it's like, man, he was such a great goaltender. He is such a great goaltender. Look at that flurry, and he just stands on his head, and then in the moment, it's... But time ticks away, and the Rangers get a narrow victory, 3-2 over the Penguins. Now, Shesterkin played very good, and 22 of 24 doesn't sound very good, but boy was he amazing. There were so many high-danger chances the Penguins had tonight that he robbed them of. He played fantastic, and both of the goals, I'm going to go out on a limb. Look at the screens. I'm not really inclined to be like, oh, those were bad goals to allow. No, those were bad goals for the defense to allow. I've said this in almost every video for the past 2 months. The first line is rolling, and Frank Vatrano has moved up there immaculately. They're so good. Vatrano with another goal. Mika with a point. Kreider was on the power play, but a goal. But just throughout the entire 60, whenever the first line was on the ice, they're just flying. It's fantastic. I thought the second line looked pretty okay. It'd be nice to have Strome back. Hopefully the injury doesn't take him out for too long. But man, when that second line becomes Panarin, Strome, and Kakko, hopefully in time for the playoffs, mwah. The third and fourth lines were kind of I thought the third line was okay, but not the way they've been the past few games. But it's okay after, 3 games of being great as a third line. You can have one off night. Hopefully we can rebound with the third line tomorrow, but not going to complain too much. Defensively, I thought the second pair of Trouba and Miller was amazing, and the first pair of Lindgren and Fox continues to be worrisome. You're kind of cutting down on the games. There's 15 left, and man, you got to get the first pair back on the same page because they just look kind of lost out there. And I think, low-key, I feel like the first pair is going to be what makes or breaks us in the playoffs. The offense can survive. We're surviving without power plays. Like, granted, we had a power play goal tonight, and it would be the game-winning goal. But we haven't had to rely on power plays recently. The penalty kill's been great. Shesterkin's been really good. Georgiev's been up and down. And like the other two pairs, Nemeth and Schneider, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but Nemeth Schneider in the past, 2 weeks, I think they've looked better than the first pair, which is a damning statement. But that's about all I have to say for the evening. I'm going to kind of keep it short because we have a game tomorrow that I want to be ready for. But that's really all I have for the game. We have another game tomorrow. We're in Detroit. That starts at 7:30, and I'll be here afterwards to talk about it. So, thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day, and as always, go Rangers.